Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are going to discuss Ethereum name service and its token ENS. None of the content is financial advice. Over the last 30 days or so, ENS has rose from the depths of about $13. Now the price is at around $21. If we look at the token supply, it's still max supply is at around 100 million, out of which only 36 million is in circulation. This is a cause of concern. Nonetheless, over the last 1 year or so, this is the price chart and this is the market cap chart. So they are both growing hand in hand, or if there is a correction in the market cap, gets reflected fairly in the price and vice versa. From a token unlocks perspective, most of the tokens again over here for the remainder of the bull run, right now over here we can see that about most of the tokens are with the community and released thus far, although total unlocked supply reported at this point is at around 91 million, whereas circulating supply is about 36 million. I don't know why this discrepancy is over here, so needs to be more analyzed at a deeper level. Nonetheless, you can see the unlocks happening. The last series scheduled going forward is about 1.5% unlocks for the this is from June or July to end of year 2025. Looking at the past unlocks, they are set on 1.5% throughout its history. Again, you can see it's a constant rate of change in terms of unlocks. The first unlock what was at about 30%, and ever since that 1.5% has been the case throughout its history. So if we take the number of months and multiply by 1.5%, starting about November 2021, so roughly speaking from December 2021 to now May of 2025, there have been 44 months. So if you 40 to 44 months, so if you multiply that with 1.5, you get about 60%. So on top of this 60%, this 30% is gets you to roughly about 91%. That's the unlock events established. And over here, if that's the case, the unlock supply is at around 91% total unlocked, which makes more sense if you look at if there were only 30% token unlocks and there were any serious unlocks happening during the time period between November 2021 and now. There would have been a significant divergence between the price and the market cap scenario. Again, there is some divergence, but most of that divergence occurred before end of year 2023. After 2023, they are again going hand in hand, essentially from the lower highs, from the lows perspective, from April 2024 low to the April 2025 low. Market cap was essentially at around 420 million or so, slightly higher than that. Price over here was $13. Over here it's at around $12.5. So slight divergence, but not too high of a divergence to say that only 36% of the supply is unlocked. We can check that on their website. This is the website ENS domains. They are into registering your own domain, like for example, websites are registered in your name. This is Ethereum's naming service. Again, you can check their own roadmap and all on this website. Personally speaking, again, in terms of the market cap based ranking, right now it's in terms of being in top 100 cryptos by market cap by quite a while. Analyzing some of the other price based indicators does make some sense for ENS, especially if Ethereum gains some adoption. ENS, which is Ethereum's naming service, could be a follower. In terms of the price growth estimated by the machine learning based model, ENS price per the model in the bull case is forecasted between $25 and about $51. In a bear case, the bottom is forecasted between $9.50 to about $19 in the next 6 months. If there is a euphoria in the market, the price forecasted for ENS is this orange line, 95 percentile 2 standard deviation bull case between $29 and about $205. $205 ENS would require about 200 billion market cap. Again, right now the market cap of ENS is somewhere at less than a billion. So a 200x from this point towards the almost 6 months left, little over 6 months left in this post halving year. A 200x from this point of time does make it unlikely in terms of just market cap based analysis. To analyze the fair value for ENS, we do have a polynomial regression based model, and the pink line helps identify what is a fair value in of ENS in most of the phases of the market cycle. Again, in the bear market, the fair value goes down with time to account for the bearishness. In the bull market, the fair value goes up with time. Right now, it's slightly diverged to a bearish outlook from end of year December 2024 to now. The fair value has gone down from $23 to now at $19. The price is above the fair value, which is a good thing at this phase of the bull run. If you were to look at some of the targets that are $26 right now, that is flashing about $5 to $6 higher than the current price, where the 1 standard deviation residual is to the upside. To the downside, again, in terms of accumulating in the bear market, usually accumulation below the green line in the depths of the bear market is definitely not the worst idea. Again, in April 2025, just in that panic phase of early April, price did go below the green line when the price went below $15 at that point in time. Right now, that panic case is at around $14. So if prices go below $14, that would signal per this model a DCA opportunity. Again, not financial advice. Opposite of this green line is yellow line, 1 standard residual to the upside. Together, between the yellow line and the green line, price spends about 68% of the time. That 1 standard deviation ceiling is at around $26. If that level is successfully claimed by the token, the 2 standard deviation ceiling, which has coincided with major peaks for ENS thus far, is at this point at around $36. $36 ENS would be considered in the end stage of euphoria, and for a blow off top, wiggle room for that blow off top that eventually most of the cryptos do, at least the top 100, most of the high quality top 100 cryptos do it towards the end of the crescendo of the bull run. That scenario is forecasted at around $50 at this stage of the bull run. So key targets, first at that $26, then the $36, and last but not the least is about $49 for ENS. That $50 ENS is confluent with the 3 standard deviation ceiling as well as the machine learning based forecast of both regression model and the machine learning model, which are again 2 different models. They don't talk to each other, but area of confluence at around $50. Per the regression based model, this model, the DCA model, helps identify the price color coded with respect to the risk levels. The key idea over here is whenever the risk levels are, again, 2 major ideas. Whenever they are in this blue shaded region in the bottom, that's a dip buying opportunity. Again, if that is less than 20% risk. If you want to be even more risk averse, again, that's not financial advice, less than 10%, or in this purple shaded region, this model identifies a major area of bottoms like it did in early 2022, middle of 2022, in 2023 October, on November 2024, and now in April 2025. That's the DCA model based signal for accumulation. The opposite is for distribution, or for major bullish signals from 60% risk to about 100% risk, 0.6 to 0.1. If the prices were to go to that level per this model, prices would be somewhere between $27, $28. That kickstart of that euphoria phase per the regression model, and ends at around $38. That's the 2 standard deviation ceiling. For for ENS at this phase of the time. Again, whenever the prices are above this dotted red line, they usually coincide with major peaks for ENS, historically speaking. Again, going forward, using simple moving average based analysis, again similar risk color codes, whenever they were less than 10% risk, like they were in March to about early April, they signaled a buy zone. Now it's at around 34% risk. If they were to go between 50 to 60% risk, prices could be between $34 and about $38. Higher end estimated between 42 and $46. Again, close to that $50 target at a blow off top level for ENS. Time weighted average price model says it was in an accumulation phase from about March 19th to about May 7th. Again, whenever the price is lower than the blue line, especially for high quality assets who have a chance to go have and make a new all-time high in the next phase of the bull rally, accumulating below the time weighted average price, definitely not the worst idea. Again, there are no certainties in the market. The price could always stay below the time weighted average price, like it did for ENS from November 2021 till about December 2023. So there are no guarantees, and there are several cryptos who never touch their blue line, which is the time weighted average price, since their launch. So again, every asset, especially in the crypto market, which is a nascent technology, comes with a significant risk. Again, these model helps identify what are the risks as well as what are the relative risk and comparative entry points. But again, the risks are never zero. Now they are at about 30%. So as a confluence of most of the models that we have, the ENS price forecast with respect to the regression risk. This is again not machine learning based model. These are all risk based model. Time weighted average price model, the SMA model, all say that weighted risk is at about 40%. If they were to go to close to 95% at a peak, the bull run peak estimated for ENS is at around $52, $53, with a reward of about 2.4x from the current price of about $22. With that, I'd like to conclude the video. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.